Yo! It is October, and I put up a poll asking you guys what big video y'all wanted next, and you guys chose a really good video for this, month. So let's do this. Let's just get into it. What is this video? If you didn't read the stupid poll, I throw up, you don't know, or did you click on this video without reading the title of it? That's a little bit weird. Whatever. Today we're going over horror movie villains and just characters in horror movies, or horror as an entire genre. Actually, some of these are characters from literature and other types of places in media. But yeah, we're going over every single horror character and the best roster for a horror fighting game. That's right, baby, something that I've been wanting for so long. So yeah, what is this video gonna consist of? Well, it's gonna have a base roster of 20 characters, which is quite a lot for a fighting game. 3 extra DLC packs with each with 4 characters, and at the end I might talk about some maps and stuff that would be really cool for it. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, let's just jump into it with the base roster, which starts out with the biggest hitters in the horror genre, and then we'll slowly get into my picks. Some people that are a little bit of deep cuts, and the DLCs are actually like kind of just genuinely deep cuts. But yeah, let's just get right into it with the first character, which is Jason Voorhees. Now, this version of Jason would be part 3 or 4 Jason. This would not be Undead Jason. This will come up later in the DLC section, but yeah, this is part 3. I'm gonna say part 3. I like part 3. This is a picture from Mortal Kombat X, my favorite Mortal Kombat game. If you're watching this, you'll probably like my I have a whole bunch of videos talking about Mortal Kombat and other fighting games. You should go and watch them. But yeah, it's Jason. Part 3 Jason would most likely be probably a normal tank. He wouldn't have any of the teleportation or anything like that. He would just be a normal, just slasher tank type of character. We're just going to be trucking along with this base roster and DLCs because there isn't that much to say about him. Freddy Krueger had the best power moveset in Mortal Kombat 9, and I think that they should just stick with that if they do Freddy. That's literally it. I mean, genuinely, Mortal Kombat 9, Freddy was my favorite character. He had a sick moveset. His fatalities weren't as good as I thought they could be, but they were pretty good, and it was the remake Freddy, which kind of bummed it down for me just a little bit, but it was still just so fun to play as Freddy, and he was such a cool character in that game. Just did peak. If you haven't played Mortal Kombat 9, you actually should. It's such a good game. But yeah, Freddy Krueger, definitely going to be needed on a horror movie roster. He's one of the big 3. Next up, we have Leatherface. Leatherface is technically who I think should be the big 3. I think it should be Jason, Freddy, and Leatherface, but there's another one that does not show up until later, and I'll tell you why he doesn't show up whenever I get to him. But yeah, Leatherface, let's talk about him. What would he be? I think he would be extremely fast, and he would have a lot of dashes that make him more or less immortal. Like, if you hit him, it just glows white, and he has a little shield around him type of thing, but you can dodge him pretty easily type of thing. I think that would be really good. Yet again, he was in Mortal Kombat X, and they had a really good moveset for him, but I think we could do better. Like, genuinely, if I made a fighting game, I think I could come up with the stuff that would be more in line with his character and just more fun to use. I think it would be cool to have a overheat mechanic, where the more you use just your chainsaw, like chainsaw based attacks and everything, it overheats your chainsaw, and once it gets overheated, it has a short duration where it does more damage, and then I don't know, if you use your hammer, it like makes them bleed and stuff, like a bleed effect. I think, man, there's a lot you could do with Leatherface to make him cool, but I think that would be cool. Like a character who's a rushdown character with a mechanic that makes his chainsaw eventually do more damage. I think that would be good. Ghostface would be, I don't know, like a straight up agility type of killer maybe, but he's kind of goofy and clumsy in the movie. I think him going invisible would be pretty cool, like make it, but I don't know. He's not really a stealth-based killer though. He's just kind of a normal slasher. I don't know, something cool. Maybe give him the bleed mechanic just so he can do quick slashes and then get out of there and then keep going at him later. I think that would be cool because in the movies he does kind of just one stab and run away. He's not really a, unless I'm like forgetting a scene where he like decimates someone like Victor Crowley does or something. But yeah, Ghostface would probably be the lamest character in this, but he has to be here. I mean, he's Ghostface, come on. Chucky would have a whole bunch of scamper powers where like moveset where he just runs forward and trips you, or he jumps through the air and hits you in the head with a ruler or a hammer or something. I think any of that would work. I think maybe for go the Dead by Daylight route where he has the ghost of Charles Lee Ray that can help him, kind of like Noob Saibot's little sludge guy that's like his soul or whatever. That would work. Even doing it to where he has moveset where he uses his voodoo a little bit would be pretty cool. I think all of those would be pretty cool, and I think one of the fatalities or whatever you want to call it in this game would probably be him just doing the Dombala, give me the power I seek of you. And I can't remember. Man, I can't remember what all he says. I probably could if I wasn't recording, but you know how it is, whatever. And he just takes over their body and stands up. I think that would be a cool fatality, even though it's not actually like brutal or anything. I just think that would be a really cool callback to the original movies. But yeah, and Chucky, come on, he has to be here. This is where we start getting into the more niche picks, I guess. These are still ones that horror fans would know and a lot of other like normies would know, but later down in the list we're going to get even nicher, even more in the cricks and crannies of the horror genre. But I think this right here would be one that we absolutely need. Ashley J. Williams, especially the Army of Darkness version, I think he would be the coolest version, even though Ash vs. Evil Dead is probably the one that most people know from the Stars series. Amazing series. If you haven't watched it, please watch it, especially if you're an Evil Dead fan. Get on that. You need to watch it. But Army of Darkness has the little chest plate on, he has the boomstick, the chainsaw, and the robotic hand. The same stuff that he has in the Ash vs. Evil Dead series, but I think it would just be cooler to have a like medieval knight look for him. And I think Army of Darkness would have better one-liners and stuff. So yeah, that's it. I think Army of Darkness version of Evil Dead would be absolutely perfect for a fighting game. I genuinely cannot believe that I said we were getting into the more niche characters in the horror genre, because the next two we have are two that every single person, whether you're into the horror genre or not, knows and loves. Next up we got the Xenomorph. Whether you want the Xenomorph or the Xenomorph Queen, honestly completely interchangeable in a fighting game, but I think the Xenomorph Queen would be a huge tank and the regular Xenomorph would be more of a sleek, kind of like a reptile, honestly. Like from Mortal Kombat, let him be like Reptile, basically. I mean, actually, Mortal Kombat X did a Xenomorph before, and they were actually more like Baraka because, well, if you don't know the lore of that, they took over, the facehugger got into a Tarkatan, like Baraka type of character, and melded it and bursted out of its chest, and now we had a Tarkatan Xenomorph. It was actually really cool. But yeah, I think make him a stealthy, slick, little slimy guy that just crawls around. Make it to where he can crawl on the ceiling of whatever map you're on. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, he'd be pretty easy to do. I don't know if you would want to give him an invisibility type of thing like Reptile, or I guess the next one we're gonna have would have one too, but if you wanted to, you could, just to make it seem like he's more stealthy. But yeah, Xenomorph would be pretty sick. He would have a few long range attacks with his tail too. The Predator would be really easy. Long range with the lasers, short range with the little talon blade that he has. He would have some shurikens that shoot off of him, some bombs, grenades, that type of stuff, and he would have a little cloak. Mortal Kombat X did really well with him. because they had three different builds that you could pick, basically, and each one had a different playstyle, different moveset, everything. It was really cool. Love Mortal Kombat X. Please check it out. I know I've been glazing Mortal Kombat X a lot, but God, it's such a good game. Yeah, the Predator, it was done perfectly in that. Just kind of, instead of having three different builds, just kind of figure out a good balance between all of them with this version of the Predator. I think that would be absolutely perfect. Pinhead is one that everyone should know, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know, like, I know horror fans will definitely know Pinhead, and I'm pretty sure just randos on the street would know who Pinhead is just if you showed him or even just said his name. But yeah, the Hell Priest from Hellbound Heart is one of my favorite characters. I think he's an extremely underrated villain. I think whenever he's done right, he is a force of nature that does not care about humans whatsoever, only there to do a job, and he gets that job done no matter what. So I think that his type of moveset should be merciless, just absolute merciless, fast-paced movement. Well, his actual movement speed would be extremely slow. He's aura farming every time he walks. But I think that he should be able to summon the chains, summon a guardian, like from the first one, the one that chases Kirsty down the hall in the labyrinth. I think that would be really cool. Just it runs past him after he points forward. I think that would be pretty cool. The chains, more chains, some knives, knife attacks with the little blades. Just, I don't know, that type of stuff. It would be pretty cool with all of that. But as he's summoning all these chains really fast and just really making your day horrible, he has the speed of molasses, basically. I think that would be absolutely peak. The Jinn from Wishmaster is one that I'm actually pretty sure not a lot of people will know, but I love this guy. I think it would be really cool to have a move set where you can just press a button and give them a wish, and I don't know, it has like up to 5. I think up to 5 would be good. Because I know it's 3 in the movie and everything, but I think 5 would be better, just because it'll make it less horrible for your enemy. But yeah, 5 wishes, you can do it anytime, but it always gives your enemy a buff, a short time buff. So every time you do it, they could be healed completely, they could get a short duration of increased damage, increased speed, increased jump height, just stuff like that. And every time you do it, you get 5% higher damage rate on your like base attacks or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. And then once you use your 5th one, it gives you a brand new move or something, like you become a god Jinn type of character, like he does in the movies, or he tries to in the movies. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with the Jinn from Wishmaster, though. Getting the voice actor back would be absolutely peak. I don't even know who the voice actor is, but he would be absolutely peak. I love the Jinn's voice. Just everything about this character screams, put me in a fighting game. Next up is the Leprechaun. Yesterday I did a holidays tier list, so if you watched that video, you know for a fact I love the Leprechaun movies. I'll give you a couple minutes to comment and guess what holiday that was on. But yeah, Leprechaun movies, absolutely peak. Warwick Davis coming back as the voice and everything would be so cool. His powers, easy. Every time you hit someone, gold coins fall out of them, and as you pick them up, you increase a few of your magical moves, damage and stuff like that, like casting speed and stuff like that. That would be really cool. Once you get all of your gold, you unlock every single one of your movesets, and you can, I don't know, I feel like once you collect all of your gold, a insta-kill would be cool. But you can only use it once, and it isn't a sure thing. Like, you have to actually hit it, and it's like pretty hard to hit, you know what I mean? And if you don't hit it, you keep all the gold, so you keep everything, but you don't get the insta-kill. I think that would be pretty cool. That would be really cool, actually. But yeah, some of his fatalities would obviously be someone wishing for the gold and it bursting out of their chest, like in Leprechaun 2 or 3, I want to say. Yeah, 2 or 3. And then I think another really cool one would be the one where her boobs get really big and she explodes because she has to look younger, I'm pretty sure is what she wishes for. I think that would be really cool. The pogo stick kill would be really cool. The tricycle kill, man, there's so many kills that he does that are just absolutely amazing. And definitely Leprechaun in space, where he turns giant and steps on the dude. I think that would be amazing. All of the kills in Leprechaun would be sick for a fighting game. But yeah, Leprechaun would be one of the easier ones to do, like concept wise, for a fighting game. We're about halfway through this roster, but if you enjoy this video and enjoy the spooky season as a whole, you will absolutely love my brand new book that's published on Amazon. You can get it as an ebook or a paperback. It's out right now. It is Into the Void Volume 1. It is an anthology series full of the greatest horror stories ever. I wrote it. It's pretty good. I mean, it's genuinely good. It's setting up a lot of cool stuff. The next book I've got coming out is my first actual novel and not a anthology story. It's separate from The Void, but it is a really cool dark fantasy hero goes after dark sorcerer type of story. I've got the first 5 chapters up on the playlist that is Stories from the Void if you want to go and check it out. There's a couple stories from Into the Void Volume 1 too if you want to check those out. But yeah, definitely check it out if you want to get it. It's cool horror stuff, whether you're into body horror, slashers, psychological horror, or cosmic horror. I mean, it's all in there, and it's all really cool. One of my favorite characters I've ever made is in there. Elijah Gray, that story is already up on the playlist, Stories from the Void, if you want to check it out. But yeah, if you don't like this type of stuff, send it to someone you know who does. I don't know. See if they want it. But yeah, it's out. It's been published on Amazon. Get yourself a paperback if you want to. It's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks for listening to my little self-promotion ad, and let's get back into the video. Pumpkinhead would be a really cool character. I think he would be a slow lumbering giant, and I think that his like special ability, as I went through this, I was thinking, should I give them all a special ability or not? Like, would that even be cool? I don't really know, but I think it would, especially for Pumpkinhead. Give him something called the Revenge Meter. Every time you get hit, you get a 0.5% increase on your next attack, whatever it is, whatever it may be. It's 0.5% for every time you get hit, and yeah, once the bar starts going, it keeps going until you attack. Yeah, that's literally it. I think that would be really cool, and I think it should have like a 30-second cooldown or something. But yeah, if you get stuck in a loop where they just keep on comboing you and everything, that next hit is going to be absolutely insane. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. Slow lumbering giant that actually gets more powerful the more you attack it. And yeah, I mean, and it fits with his whole thing where he is literally revenge itself. He's the spirit of revenge, or, you know, vengeance. I love it. Pumpkinhead, actually sick. If you haven't seen the movie, please go and check it out. Red Miller from the movie Mandy is actually a deep cut, I'm pretty sure. Horror fans absolutely love this movie. Nicolas Cage fans absolutely adore this movie. I am a fan of both, so you know for a fact I had to put him on here. I was thinking, should he be a DLC or in the actual game? Because the actual base roster is supposed to be people that you know every single person is going to want to see and everything, but I had to put him in the base roster. I think that he would be absolutely amazing. He has a crossbow. He has a battle axe. He screams like Nicolas Cage. My god, that took way too many cuts, okay? Yeah, he screams like Nicolas Cage. He is Nicolas Cage. Get Nicolas Cage to voice him, and you can have a move where he does a battle cry and screams. He could go, "You ripped my shirt," and it could give him a boost to speed or damage or whatever. I think that would be really cool. The Reaper, the crossbow that he uses, would be absolutely amazing. Make it to where you can spend some energy or whatever, this type of game, like whatever this game would have, and make it to where it's a flaming arrow. I think that would be really cool, and the axe could be a flaming axe sometimes. I think all of that would be sick. Give him a move where he uses the cool, like, Eldritch Dagger that they use to kill the fat guy. The cult uses. Yeah, this movie's insane. There's like BDSM demon bikers. There's Red Miller, the Nicolas Cage freaking out. Mandy gets murdered by a weird cult that lives in the mountains, and then he goes after him. There's a tiger. It's such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you genuinely need to watch it. I know this is becoming more of a video about me just talking about movies I love, but that's what most of my videos are anyways. The Thing is the first one that I think would actually have an ability that you cannot control. Once you get enough blood on you, you automatically just transform into whatever you're hitting. That's it, and you're that thing for a little bit. So if you're hitting your opponent and then you become them, you have all of their moveset and everything, plus a few, thing-like movesets where maybe while you're in whatever form you are, no matter who your opponent is, you can use a burst of tentacles that goes and thrashes around and damages them. Maybe a little acid spit. I think that would be cool. The Thing doesn't have acid spit, but I think that's something that I definitely should have. And I think that once it dies, it should fall, and you can, if you have at least 1 bar of energy or whatever this game would use, I think you should be able to pop off and become the Head Thing, and the Head Thing basically only has a leap attack and a normal up and down attack, like base attacks, but I think if you get enough blood on you, it should just reform you. I think that would be cool. And then it's only once per game, though. I think that would be really cool, actually. I think that would be a really cool mechanic. Yeah, I like that. The Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. Yeah, this is... I mean, he has an axe, he can fly, he's got super strength. I mean, there's a lot you can do with him. The truck should be put into the game somehow, I think, just as a move or something. I think that would be cool. There's quite a bit you can do with him, especially with his wings and everything. Maybe he has a block where his wings go in front of him, and he can parry stuff like that. I think that would be cool. There's a lot you can do with him, but not much I can think of right off the top of my head. I think he definitely belongs in this game, though. But that truck needs to be put into his moveset somehow. Candyman, the dreamiest of all boogeymen. Yeah, he's really cool. I mean, B attacks, hook attack, he would be able to teleport. I think you should put mirrors in it somehow. Like, maybe you throw mirrors down and then that's how you teleport. Like, you appear out of it, like, boom, like a laser shot out of it, like that type of thing. I think that would be cool. And the bees, I think you should be able to either lay traps or hunk honey at them, like out of your rib cage. I think that would be cool. There's a lot of stuff you could do with Candyman, though, with his weird, vague ghost powers, plus the bees and everything. Easy W. Like, with any fighting game having him. Can we get him in Dead by Daylight and Mortal Kombat, by the way? Please. Art the Clown. Art the Clown is one of the newest horror icons. I liked the first one. Didn't really care for the second one. Splatter films like these, I don't really get bothered by the kills. I enjoy them in the same way that I enjoy other makeup effects. I think that they're really cool. I think that they're quite impressive, actually. I do not get grossed out by them, though. I don't really think they're that gross, to be completely honest, so they don't really shock and awe me. So I actually watch the Terrifier movies for the story, to be completely honest, because the kills are cool, but, I mean, they're not really gross to me. I don't really get grossed out by them, so I don't really only care about the kills like a lot of people say they do. I just straight up care about the story. And the first one was pretty good. Second one I did not care about whatsoever, didn't really care for. I thought the story, the acting, everything, like the pacing, everything like that was a little bit off, wasn't very good. And then the third one came out and I was like, oh my god, Art's automatically one of my top 10 slasher villains. I love this movie. Why didn't we get this for the second movie? This is so good. But yeah, it's a great movie, and I think that he would absolutely need to be in this game. He has so many weapons. He has guns. He has baseball bats. He has axes. He has knives. He has liquid nitrogen. He has demon powers. He has regeneration. He has everything else in the book. Just, oh my god, everything about him is so cool. Yeah, Art the Clown absolutely needs to be in this game. Don't know what his moveset would really be. I think there would be a lot of goofy, like, taunts. I think a taunt would be pretty cool. Like, you just sit there and dance, and then if they hit you, you can hit a button to parry it or just straight up do a counterattack. I think that would be cool. I think his bag of tricks or whatever they call it would definitely, like the garbage can, like the garbage bag, would definitely need to be implemented in some way. That would be an easy W right there. Just make it to where he rummages through and picks out a new base weapon. Make it to where your base attack actually changes whenever you do that, like your square attack and everything. Make it to where sometimes it's a saw, sometimes it's a gun, sometimes it's a pie. I think a pie would absolutely work with him, actually. I mean, come on, that would work perfectly. He's a clown. Yeah, I think all of this would absolutely, it'd be amazing. I genuinely think they would be beautiful. Amanda Young from, Saw, the Saw movies, yeah. She dies in the third one, and, I mean, she shows up a little bit, Saw 10, she's, like, one of the main characters and everything in it, because it's a prequel movie. But yeah, this isn't even a picture from the movies, but this is the coolest picture of Amanda Young I could find on Google. It has the @ for the whoever this cosplayer is at the bottom, so I don't know. There's credit given to that, but yeah, this cosplay is sick. Like, this is, I looked at it and I was like, I do not remember that in the movies, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, this is sick. But yeah, Amanda Young is cool. I think, I don't know, the traps would have to be implemented in some way. Maybe if you down them, you can hit, a throwing trap, like you throw it on them and they have to like try stop for a second to beat it off of them or something. I don't know, something, just someone smarter than me and more like actually smart about fighting games will come up with something, I'm sure. Sam from Trick or Treat fits the the month that I'm making this, absolutely, and just the overall feeling of a horror video game, or just horror fighting game at least. He would be the fast scamper character that does little tiny bits of damage, but is too fast to catch, really. I think that would be really cool. Make it to where, I don't know, man. You could make it to where once he takes enough damage, his mask like flies off, and then he gets a speed boost and ends up getting a few new attacks. One of them could be him vomiting up pumpkin guts, and it like damages them, like does some acid burn damage or acid damage or something. I think that would be pretty cool. There's a lot you could do with Sam, to be completely honest. I think his sack should be implemented somehow, like maybe he scampers up, and if you hit it fast enough, kind of like in Multiverses, this is the first and only time you'll ever hear me bring up Multiverses, unless it's me saying this exact thing again, but Jason throwing them in the sleeping bag and then slamming them into the ground, I think that would be pretty cool for him if he just jumped up, threw them in the bag, and then threw them off of the, like, into the wall or something. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, just, I mean, it's Sam. There's a lot you can do with him. Okay, do you guys remember me saying that my top 3 wasn't everyone's top 3 for slashers? Yeah, that's because this guy exists. Michael Myers. In the beginning I said that I forgot someone and had to switch them out for this base roster instead of a DLC, and that was Michael. I completely forgot about Michael. I am so sorry, Michael. Please don't be mad at me. I know your last movie, Halloween Ends, really, really sucked, but Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018 was pretty good, and all of your other movies are pretty good, especially Halloween 3. Love that movie very much. But yeah, Michael, easy win. I mean, I'd say he's a tank that walks really slow and does huge damage anytime he can get his hands on you. I think that would be absolutely perfect, and I think that he should have a mechanic where if he falls down, you can choose to stay down, and if an opponent walks up to you to like try and get an easy down attack, you can jump up really fast and grab them, like his little lurch up type of move that he always does in the movies. I think that would be really cool. Just grab them and get a little bit of damage in. I think that would be really good. And for his fatality, I think picking them up and stabbing them to the wall and not crushing someone's head, because that's more Jason's thing. But yeah, I think that's definitely what I would want to see. But yeah, Michael absolutely needs to be in the base roster. This should be the end of the base roster. I'll count it right now, actually. Yep, that concludes the base roster. So now we are going to do something uh more. We're doing more. Yeah, 3 DLC packs, each with 4 new characters. And these are the ones that are a little bit goofy, a little bit wacky, a little bit more niche. Not too niche, because I still need this video to do well and you guys not to leave as soon as you see someone that's overly goofy or overly weird. But yeah, I think these are people that are still fitting the theme of people every horror fan will absolutely love, but still getting a little bit wacky with it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of wacky packy. So yeah, like I said, 3 DLCs, 4 characters each. Let's just jump into it. I'm about to absolutely speedrun all these DLCs, so let's just do it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, all 3 of them. I think that maybe they'd be different skins, or maybe they would be completely different characters, but count as one. I don't really know. Maybe anytime you switch the skin, it is a completely different character with a completely different moveset, but one of them would be a blaster type of moveset, one of them would be a brute type of moveset, and I would not have the what's his name with the red hair. I would have Shorty because I like the boxing glove kill and I think that would be really cool. Yeah, that's it. The Krites from Critters. Yeah, this thing would be absolutely nonsensical. They are tiny, they roll around really fast, they use quills as long range, and they can jump on your face and scratch you. That's it. They are freaking insane. They can take gnaw bites out of you and everything else, and for their fatality, they would absolutely roll up into a ball and eat you as they roll over you. Peak kill right there. Ellen Ripley from Aliens. Yeah, I mean, come on. Her fatality would absolutely be her in the cargo unit or whatever it's called. Yeah, that would be her fatality, and I think her weaponry would probably be just the submachine guns from the movie, a flamethrower, and a few other things that she has. And I think Jonesy either always being in the background of whatever map she's on, no matter what, or being an attack that she can use where she throws the cat at you would be pretty cool. Jonesy is the cat, by the way, if you didn't know its name. Rawhead Rex is a genuinely deep cut. I have a lot that I could say about the movie and the character as a whole, but I'll go ahead and say this. The movie was so bad that it made Clive Barker direct his next 2 movies, being Hellraiser, the first one, the best one, and Nightbreed, one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's an amazing book. You should read Cabal, it's so good. But Rawhead Rex, as a character from the movie, is like a biker demigod type of character. In the book, he is a demigod of phallic nature. His body looks like a penis, and he is a demigod of all like bad sexual needs. Basically, it's like all of the man's worst desires and everything. It's really cool, but the movie is also really good. I really like the movie. I think it's really good, schlocky 80s fun. But yeah, his look is absolutely peak and perfect for a fighting game. DLC 2 is now coming right at you. Cthulhu is our first pick. Yeah, Cthulhu, absolute peak, absolute horror icon. Everyone knows who Cthulhu is, whether you're a fan of cosmic horror or not. Yeah, just make him a really big hunky dude that can kind of fly, make it to where, kind of like Smite. I think Smite has a pretty good moveset for him, even though it's not a traditional fighting game. It's more like a MOBA, or whatever they call League of Legends. Smite's a really good game if you haven't played it. But yeah, definitely that type of moveset where he can kind of fly. He has the breath. Every time he hits you, it makes your screen look a little bit crazier, a little bit creepier. I think that would really work with him. Undertaker is the first character that's not strictly horror, and that is because he's a wrestler from WWE, but I think his entire flow and feng shui would be absolutely sick in a horror fighting game. Make the pallbearer bring him out and open the urn every time it shows the intro, and make it to where he just appears out of nowhere, and make him act creepy as possible, and I think he would be absolutely peak. He would be the only one with a full-on wrestling type of fighting style, and I think that would be perfect. He could spawn evil chairs and hit people over the head with them or something. I think that would be genuinely awesome. And dig deep into the Undertaker lore. If you don't know, WWE has a lot of lore for a lot of different wrestlers, and Undertaker is one of the biggest wrestlers, so he definitely has a ton of lore, background, weaponry that you can choose for him. Just genuinely, this right here, trust me, bro, this is a good pick. Damien Thorn from The Omen would be absolutely amazing. I think this is one that it should be kind of like bad luck based. Like most of his stuff is from if you try to get too close to him or try to hit him, something happens, like just something random, like maybe a dog jumps out at you, maybe like a bird swoops down and tries to get you, but they're all like slightly easy to dodge until you actually start getting hits on them, and then it starts being even crazier stuff, like maybe like a cross falls out of the sky, and if you don't dodge it fast enough, it'll deal a little bit of damage. I think that type of stuff would be really cool, and I think giving him like psychic abilities would be really cool. He's not canonically having psychic abilities in the first one, and he barely does it throughout the entire series, but I think that would make him more of a threat than just a kid throwing punches. I think that would really work out, actually. I think that would be a pretty cool moveset for him. And the last one for this DLC is Victor Crowley. The fatalities would be absolutely insane. The hatchet is a really good weapon. I think the sander, the electric sander, would be a really cool weapon for him to use in a move. I think making it to where he like respawns a little bit after he dies, like I think that would be cool. Like in round one, if you kill him, you hear "Daddy," and then he like pops back in, like his body disappears, and then you hear that, and he pops up behind you or something. That would be pretty cool. Another, revive mechanic, which I used for one other character plus this one, and I'm about to use it for a different version of Jason. I'm sorry, but I think it's a really cool mechanic, and it works for a lot of these characters. This next DLC almost had 5 characters because I forgot I had one here. It was the one that I mixed up with Michael. I saw him fit enough to be in the base roster, but then I forgot about Michael, so I had to put him in the base roster. So yeah, the one I was going to put in this DLC, because I forgot about the other one because I thought I still had him in the base roster, was Sam and Dean Winchester from the Supernatural series. Still think they would fit very well, and if there was a 4th DLC in this, I would absolutely put them in that. But I'm only doing 3. I already set the rules. Sorry, I don't really feel like filming more for this video, but yeah, Sam and Dean would be absolute peak for this, and maybe they would be a like one-man DLC or something like that, or just come up with 4 more. There's a lot of characters in the horror genre, but yeah, let's just jump into this last DLC with one of my favorite characters of all time, and one that I thought I put in the base roster until I forgot that, I had to put Michael in there. The Tall Man from the Phantasm series is absolute peak long-range weapons because of the spheres and the lasers from the spheres, and also it can just jump into people and stab them. I think that would be really cool. I think his base attack would be the spheres, like he just looks forward and it does, if you hit square, if you're on controller, it does a quick jab with the spheres, or maybe make it to where he uses a scalpel, because he does work at a morgue technically, and I would definitely incorporate the dwarves that he has in some way. Teleportation would absolutely be his thing, and I think clones would also be his thing. Make it to where it's a little bit hard to tell which one is actually him. Maybe he has a doppelganger with one moveset, and it mirrors your movements, so you're technically on both sides, but if it gets hit, or it, hits, it disappears. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot you could do with him, to be completely honest. His one of his fatalities would absolutely be, I hate Phantasm Ravager, the 5th one. It's genuinely the only bad Phantasm movie, but it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I made the worst horror movies of all time video, and that was one of them. But yeah, they did have a really cool thing where he invaded a city, or the world actually, and it was a massive sphere destroying a entire, like, what are they called? Freaking, oh my god, one of those big old tower buildings. I can't remember what they're called. Skyscraper. That's it. Destroying a skyscraper with its laser. I think that's really cool. Just that thing, it's planet size, coming and lasering them from flesh down to bone and then into ash. I think that would be a really cool kill. Obviously, the sphere drilling into someone's head and the blood coming out like it does in the movie would be sick. And I think him forcing them to be cut in half by the teleporter would be pretty cool. There's a lot that you could do with him. He's an extremely powerful villain. If you don't know him or anything about him, comment and tell me, because I might do a power scaling video with him. That sounds really fun. But yeah, the tall man. I could talk about the Phantasm series for literal hours. But yeah, this right here, this is peak. He is made for a fighting game. Elvira is actually it's the hostess with the mostest, you know? Like, I feel like this is one that a horror fan would absolutely want in the game. Yeah, she has the dagger. She could be a magic type of character. I think her having magic like she does in the movie would be really good. Make her a witch. Just make her straight up witch with her moveset and everything. I think that would work absolutely perfectly, to be completely honest. Slenderman is here because, well, honestly, creepypastas are a huge part of why people of this generation enjoy horror. People who grew up with creepypastas love horror and everything else, and it was between him or Jeff the Killer because those are the two most popular. And I chose Slenderman because I have way too many slasher villains in this already, and Jeff is kind of cringe, to be completely honest. But yeah, Slenderman, teleportation, I think the pages being implemented would be really cool. I think that the tendrils would be amazing. I think a grab attack where he just lifts you up into the air and then slams you into the ground would be really cool. Maybe making it to where his one of his fatalities should be the tentacle stabbing you and then lifting you up and then just tossing you away. That would be pretty cool. Maybe one of them is he grabs you and just takes you into the forest. He doesn't even kill you, he just takes you. That would be really cool. Yeah, he's a cool character. There's a lot you can do with him. You just have to figure out the mechanics and everything that you want to use with him. And last but not least, definitely not least, for this DLC, the final DLC of this entire game is Jason Voorhees, Part 7, Jason to be exact. I think he's the coolest looking. Part 6 is definitely my favorite movie, but Part 7 is the best looking Jason. And he would be the undead one, so he would have teleportation, he would be a little bit more health, like hunky health-wise and everything. He would definitely be slower, but he would be able to... He would probably have a few, like, dash attacks where he doesn't run, but he kind of just jumps forward, like a shoulder hit type attack or something. I think that would be cool. Maybe, I don't know, just something like that would be really cool. He would definitely have a machete. He should have the weed eater, like the metal, like the big old metal one, type of attack for one of his movesets. There's a lot you could do with him, and I think that all of it would be really good. Yeah, he should definitely, and this might make some of you mad, be like, oh, he's not very original at all, is he? And you know what? I'm not. A lot of horror characters need this in a fighting game to be actually close to what they are in the movies, and Jason, after 6, is definitely one of them, and that is, he needs to have a second wind. I don't know, do it differently than Victor Crowley has it, to where he goes, Daddy, and then appears behind you. Who else did I give it to? I gave it to someone else, but I'm pretty sure it was completely different than Victor Crowley's. And then Jason, I think, should be just, he lifts up and stands up. And that's it. He just lifts his head and then stands up, and while he's doing that, he's completely immortal. And then it gives you a timer. Man, a timer? I think maybe a little bit of... man, it gives you a 30-second timer. Ooh, man, a 15-second timer, you're completely immortal for that, and after that timer you die. So the other dude is having to run away. No matter who it is, they're having to run away because your attacks do literally nothing to them. Dude, that would be so sick. Completely broken if you're there already almost dead and they just got you down or something, but if they can stay away from you, and this Jason doesn't have any long range attacks or anything, and he's pretty slow, so I mean, what's he gonna do? The only thing he has is like a rush attack where he like kind of moves forward fast, like jumps forward, but I mean, what if you can't hit him? How about that, nerd? Yes, this dude, that would be so sick. 15 seconds of pure immortality, dude. The most Jason Voorhees Jason ever in any game right there. Yeah, completely immortal for 15 seconds after you get your second wind, and boom, DLC done. I haven't edited the video yet, so I don't know how long it came out to, but hopefully you thought it was worth watching all of it. I know for a fact it's going to be longer than 20 minutes, which is pretty long. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it if you did watch it. If you did enjoy it, please go and check out all of my other videos talking about horror movies and all of my other videos talking about fighting games. I also have my very own fighting game based off of the characters that I've made for my book that is currently published, which was the ad that was earlier. Hopefully you watched that. Did you? Okay, good. Then, yeah, a whole bunch of characters from that, and a whole bunch of other original characters that haven't showed up in the books or anything, and I have a trailer talking about how the world actually works, and a few character trailers that I think are pretty cool. So, yeah, that's in the Void Clash playlist if you want to check it out. Yeah, thanks in advance if you do, and if you don't, you're a nerd. Yeah, I don't know, like, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and as always, see ya!